Question number 1. Which command is used to list all the databases in Mysql? Good job. Your answer showed databases. Works well here. Question number 2. The following statement is true about Mysql, except dash. Clear logic. Your choice everything is true is sound and 100% true. Question number 3. Which Mysql team can be drawn information from the base? Smart pick. Select from is the correct choice. Question number 4. What is the most used open source relationship database? Well done. Mysql is the right choice. Question number 5. If I want to show all data in a Mysql table, I would use... Right choice. Select from table is the best answer. Question number 6. How can you retrieve all columns from a table in Mysql? Valid point. Select from table dash name is true. Question number 7. All PHP functions to connect to Mysql have as a prefix. Strong choice. Mysql dash is the right answer. Question number 8. What is the function of the command describes in Mysql? Excellent. Obtain detailed information about the structure of a table is a brilliant choice. Question number 9. Name 3 aggregate functions commonly used in Mysql. Nicely done. Count, sum, avg is a solid answer. Question number 10. The application used to create and manage databases is? Nice selection. Mys is the correct and valid answer. Question number 11. Connector library to connect Mysql with Python idle is? Great thinking. Both A and B is the right choice. Question number 12. To select the database, you can also use the function. You got it. Your choice Mysql-select-db is right. Question number 13. How can you repeat a text multiple times using Mysql? Smart move. Repeat is an accurate answer. Question number 14. Which is not a relational database management system? Well picked. Windows is the correct answer. Question number 15. What sentence is used to undo a transaction in Mysql? Solid response. Rollback is a valid choice. Question number 16. When the connection to Mysql is no longer necessary? Sharp thinking. Close the connection to Mysql is the right choice. Question number 17. When was the first version of Mysql server released? You're right. May 23, 1995 is the correct answer. Question number 18. The ambiguous symbol in Mysql is? Well reasoned. Dash is the correct choice. Question number 19. What function does the insert into command in Mysql? Correct response. Add new records to an existing table is the most accurate answer. Question number 20. What information does the command describe in Mysql? Excellent choice. Details about the structure of a table is the right answer. Question number 21. What is the purpose of the select function in Mysql? Nice work. You chose to retrieve data from a database, and it is correct. Question number 22. What are the types of privileges for users in Mysql? Bravo. Alter, create, delete, drop index, insert, select, update is the answer. Question number 23. Which function is used to connect to Mysql database? Great job. Mysql-connect is the accurate answer. Question number 24. What is the purpose of the char data type in Mysql? Right again. To store fixed-length strings is a valid answer. Question number 25. How can you write a conditional statement in Mysql? You chose if, and it is correct. Question number 26. Which of the following is not a data type in Mysql? Exactly. String makes sense and it is right choice. Question number 27. Which is the administrator user in Mysql by default? Correct. Root is the right answer. Question number 28. What allows the foreign key command to do in Mysql? Good thinking. Establish relationships between tables is the right answer. Question number 29. What function can you connect to the finished base? On track. Mysql-connect is the correct answer. Question number 30. Which type of database management system is Mysql? Perfect. Relational is the correct choice. Question number 31. Name the username to log into a database of Mysql. Valid point. Root is true. Question number 32. Which format is correct for giving a date in Mysql? On track. LIME is the correct answer. Question number 33. Which of the following is not a database programs? Clear logic. Your choice writer is sound and 100% true. Question number 34. What function can I add to Mysql base information? You're right. Mysql-query is the correct answer. Question number 35. Which PHP function is used to execute SQL queries? Nice work. You chose which PHP function is used to execute SQL queries, and it is correct. Question number 36. What is the difference between Mysql and Mariab? You chose Mariab is a fork of Mysql, and it is correct. Question number 37. What does the credit function in Mysql retrieve? Nicely done. The current date is a solid answer. Question number 38. The default way to store a date in Mysql is with... Well done. LIME is the right choice. Question number 39. Which Mysql statement is used to create an index? You got it. Your choice create index is right. Question number 40. Which of the following is not a keyword of Mysql? Good job. Your answer top works well here. Question number 41. Which Mysql command is used to create a new table? Excellent choice. Create table is the right answer. Question number 42. What does the select from command make in Mysql? Strong choice. Recover data from one or more tables is the right answer. Question number 43. What is the traditional storage scheme in Mysql? Right again. Mysql is a valid answer. Question number 44. Mysql suitable data type to store images is dash. Perfect. Blob is the correct choice. Question number 45. Which command is used to exit the Mysql client? Smart move. Quit is an accurate answer. Question number 46. The Mysql base administrator account is called. Right choice. Root is the best answer. Question number 47. What is the type of date for numbers in Mysql? Solid response. Numeric is a valid choice.
Question number 48. Mysql was initially developed by Dash Company.
Well reasoned. Mysql AB is the correct choice.
Question number 49. Mysql is freely available and is open source.
Nice selection. True is the correct and valid answer. Question number 50. What is the purpose of XAMPP's control panel? Great job! To start and stop a page, Mysql and other components is the accurate answer.
Question number 51. What are the floating point numbers in Mysql?
Bravo! Decimal, float, double is the answer.
Question number 52. Which of the following is an example of DBIMS?
Exactly. Mysql makes sense and it is right choice. Question number 53. What allows the alter table command in Mysql? Excellent. Make changes in the structure of an existing table is a brilliant choice. Question number 54. The advantages of Mysql as DBMs, except Dash. Great thinking. Multi-use is the right choice. Question number 55. How is communication established with Mysql? Smart pick. Squill is the correct choice. Question number 56. To connect PHP to Mysql, you use the function. Good thinking. Mysql-connect is the right answer. Question number 57. What is the numeric data type used in Mysql? Correct response. Bigent is the most accurate answer. Question number 58. How is the non-empty field given in Mysql? Sharp thinking. Not null is the right choice. Question number 59. What does the upper function do in Mysql? Well picked. Converts a string to uppercase is the correct answer. Question number 60. Of the following is not a database engine? Correct. WordPress is the right answer. Question number 61. What do we use as a database on servers? Well done. Mysql is the right choice. Question number 62. What function does the use in Mysql? Nicely done. Select a specific database is a solid answer. Question number 63. What system users do we press the system? Good thinking. Mysql system admin is the right answer.
Question number 64. What is the country of origin of Mysql?
Correct response. Sweden is the most accurate answer. Question number 65. Sql script file name extension is dash. Right again. Tusquive is a valid answer. Question number 66. Mark the selection operator in Mysql. Good job. Your answer select works well here.
Question number 67. Correct syntax of Mysql select query.
Well picked. Select colonnades from Tablename is the correct answer. Question number 68. What are some Mysql graphic clients? Exactly. Mysql query browser makes sense, and it is right choice. Question number 69. To invoke a store procedure in Mysql. Sharp thinking. Call is the right choice. Question number 70. The advantages of Mysql -2. Valid point. Single-user is true. Question number 71. Why is the count function in Mysql? Bravo. To count records is the answer. Question number 72. Set the input operator in Mysql. Right choice. insert into is the best answer.
Question number 73. What data types exist in Mysql?
Smart move, numeric, string, date and time, blob and JSON is an accurate answer.
Question number 74. DBMs is an abbreviation of dash.
Nice work. You chose database management system, and it is correct.
Question number 75. The father of Mysql is dash.
Great job. Mahal Wydenius is the accurate answer. Question number 76. What does MS stand for?
You chose my structured query language, and it is correct.
Question number 77. What does XAMPP stand for? You're right. Cross-platform Apache Mysql FTP Perl is the correct answer.
Question number 78. What is PMyAdmin?
You got it. Your choice manage MySQL database is right.
Question number 79. What is Mysql? Clear logic. Your choice open source database to store data is sound and 100% true.
Question number 80. Mysql is dash.
Solid response. Relating DBMs on the principle of the client's server is a valid choice.
Question number 81. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
Perfect. Contact Narayan Changda is the correct choice.